Hello everyone, welcome back and happy new year to you all. I hope we all enjoyed the holidays. If this is your first time, welcome to the Trading Without Borders podcast, and I am your host Omobola Adekola, but you can call me Omobi. For my old time listeners, welcome back and let's all go on this season 3 journey together. Before we go into today's episode, which is episode 51, I'd like to share the direction and focus of the podcast for the year. This year, the podcast is also going to focus on the benefits of the AfCFTA for African nationals. What we've been doing before is we have been focusing on the benefits and the impact and the challenges for businesses in Africa. So this year, we are also going to include the benefits of the AfCFTA, the challenges for African individuals. So if you are not a business owner, you're also going to be listening or be getting information on how the AfCFTA benefits you as an African. So that's our focus for this year. The podcast is going to be business focused and people focused as well. Also, I am going to resume my African greetings for this year. Last year, I started saying hello, thank you, bye-bye in various African languages, but for some reason that stopped. I'm resuming that back this year. And to start with that, I say Ekabo, that's welcome in Yoruba language of the western part of Nigeria. Kedu, that's how are you in Igbo language of the eastern part of Nigeria. And Senu, that's hello in Hausa language of the northern part of Nigeria. So from next week, we are going to be saying hello, thank you, bye-bye in various African languages. So let's move into episode 51. As some of you may be aware, the World Economic Forum is ongoing, and the World Economic Forum, in collaboration with the AfCFTA Secretariat, have released a report on the AfCFTA, and the report is titled A New Era for Global Business and Investment in Africa. So an insight report has been released, and this is what we are going to be looking at in the next few weeks. But for today, I will just share a bit of highlights in respect of the reports, then we will look at it in more details from next week. Under the executive summary of the report, it's been stated that the forum, that's the World Economic Forum, it's working on reducing barriers and facilitating flows in Africa across 5 pillars. So that is, the World Economic Forum wants to achieve the goal of easing physical, capital and digital flows in Africa, and also grow inclusive and sustainable development across 5 key pillars. So we are going to be, I will list out the 5 key pillars and probably just touch on 1 or 2 of it, and from next week we'll look at the reports in more details. So the first pillar, that's pillar 1, is the efforts to facilitate trade in goods. The second pillar is the efforts to facilitate services and investments. Pillar 3 is the efforts to facilitate digital trade. Pillar 4 is the efforts to facilitate inclusive trade. And Pillar 5 is the efforts to facilitate environmentally sustainable trade. So let's look at Pillar 3. But before we do that, if you recall, I had stated in previous episodes that the AfCFTA agreement is divided into protocols, and there are negotiations on various protocols. So negotiation is ongoing based on each protocol. So please listen to previous episodes of the podcast to get details on what the protocols are. So let's go back into the WEF pillars. So under Pillar 3, it's been stated that as negotiations over the protocol on digital trade advance, efforts have been developed to accelerate e-commerce preparedness for small businesses in Africa. So that means there are efforts and initiatives that have been developed to prepare as a small business owner, to prepare small business owners to trade under various digital platforms. As some of you are aware, a lot of small businesses are engaged or are involved in e-commerce. So there are various initiatives, and we will get to know that as we go along, being being developed to prepare small businesses to be able to utilize digital platforms to trade their goods. Then for pillar 1, it says the forum is supporting public-private collaboration. That's collaboration between government and the private sector. And it's collaboration that is centered on implementing trade facilitating provisions through projects already underway. So this is where we're going to stop for today's episode. And as usual, the podcast is for educational purposes only. If you need expert advice or you need more information on how to trade across Africa, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn at Omobola Adekola, and I will also share a link that you can send me a voice message via this podcast, and we can get along. So if you we can get to speak more about that, and you can get expert advice on the respect of that. And until next week, I say to you, Odabo, that is goodbye in Yoruba language. Thank you for listening.